Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at Boa Hancock for OP-07. I am very excited for this deck. So let's get right into it. Her ability. During your turn, you may activate this when a character leaves play from one of your abilities. If you have 5 or less cards in hand, draw 1 card. Very fun ability, very good for control. Just keeping the cards in hand, and just note that it only works with effects. So if you just fight a character and KO, it does not work. Yeah, you can only use once per turn. Next up is Edward. On play, draw 1 card. 7 Warriors of the Sea. Not much to explain about that. Next up is Doflamingo. Blocker, look at the top 5 cards from your deck and return them to the top or bottom in any order. Very good for control. It's also a blocker. So very nice. Next up, Kaya from OP-03. Draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. It's just a 2k. You almost never play it, I think. So use it as a 2k. Unless you really have bad cards in hand and you need to cycle. Yeah, about that, we just run a lot of 2Ks in this deck. We have Law, Miak, Crocodile, and Pudding 2, the 2 cost, but I'll come to that later. Miak, and they're also all 7 Warlords of the Sea type, so you can play them with Jinbei. And also Edward is also 7 Warlords of the Sea type, so he's really strong into Jinbei. You can, for 4 Dawn, you can play 2 4-cost cards, which is really strong. Especially with Edward, because it's 6000 power and also draws a card. Next up we have the Kaidos. I only have 2, but you can have 3. It's a bit optional. I think I'm gonna change it to 3 and remove 1 Edward, because most of the decks I saw only play 2, but for now I have. What he does, on play, return up to 1 character that costs 8 or less and up to 1 character that costs 3 or less to the owner's hand, which will activate your leader ability, which is really good. On turn 10, you have countered a lot, you get the card back, you get a big body on the board, you can remove a blocker from them, mostly with the 3 cost, and some high value cards, very strong. Then we have this Kaido. I only have 1. I don't think it's a necessary card, but I like the card. It can be really good if you manage to get your opponent to 3 lives or less. You can draw 4 cards, which is very good because you have so many 2Ks in this deck. You will just keep protecting the cards. But next up we have Pudding. Your opponent returns all of their hand cards to their deck and shuffles their deck. Then your opponent draws 5 cards. Can be really good, does not get played in OP-08 anymore. Only have 2 because it's situational good. So you can maybe remove this for 1 Kaido if you don't like the card. Or for another Raging Tiger, but I will tell you that in the end. Can be really good. For example, first NL, they sometimes have 9 cards. You play Pudding and just remove all of them. So yeah, you replace her in OP-08 with Josu because it's way better. That's what I saw from the decks. Just quickly want to show you that. Yeah, next up Crocodile, just 2k counter. Jinbei already talked about him. So Sengoku, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 7 Warriors of the Sea type. So you can basically search every card in his deck, but Boa is a good one if you don't have one yet. Yeah, basically you can search every card in the deck except Kaya and the Kaidos and the Puddings and events. So not everything, but all the characters, I should say. So loads of 2k counters to find. Yeah, next up we have Law. You may return this character to its owner's hand if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand. Then they place 1 card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. Yeah, mostly used for 2k counter, but optional really good if your opponent has loads of cards. You can always turn him back for a 2k counter, so that's very good. Yeah, not much to talk about that. So next up is Boa. Up to one of your opponent's characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of the next turn, then place up to one cost or less character to the bottom of its owner's deck. So it can also be your own characters. For example, Kaya and Sengoku. Just note that it does not rest characters. They can't attack, but they will restand. So that's one thing you need to keep notice of. You just want to combo it maybe with Kaya, but preferably with Sengoku. Next up, Gecko. On play, add up to 1 7 Water of the Sea or Thriller Bark types with a cost 4 or less older than Gecko from your trash to your hand. So yeah, like I said, we only play 7 Warlords of the Sea. So don't be afraid to count it. Early game, you can get a lot of cards back. Really good card to play out with Djembe or separately, and also have 1k counter. Mihawk, just a 2k counter. Pudding, also 2k counter, but you can also use it to draw with your leader ability. So for Tudon, play it, draw 1 card, return Pudding to have another 2k in hand. So pretty good. Don't see it a lot. Gets used decently. Then Gum Gum Red Rock. I think everyone know what it does right now. I only have 2. You can choose to do 3 in it, but for as far as I played so far, I think 2 is good enough. But be careful because you can break with your searches. So most of the time when you see it, I would not put it on the bottom deck. Yeah, you just can return every character on the field to the bottom deck, so it's good versus NL with Ace, just 10 cost characters basically. Big Mom versus Katakuri, Kaido versus Mirrors. Yeah, and I would not use the trigger much because the main is so much better, unless you can finish the game by KOing a blocker or something. And the last card, very strong in this meta, Gravity Blade Racing Tiger. Plays up to... Sorry, I can't speak. Plays up to 2 cost 6 or less cards in any order of the bottom of their owner's deck. So you can also use it on your own, but you will never do that. Pretty self-explanatory. Such a strong card. 7 Don is quite a lot, but 6 characters are really strong most of the time. For example, you can KO Boa in a mirror and another 6 cost character for Edward. That's already 8 plus 6, 14k off the board. So yeah, a really strong card. The trigger is also decent, but the same as with Gum Gum, I would only use it if really necessary. Then I saw there's also a Sanji version of Boa deck. I haven't tried this myself. But if you would like a profile about this, let me know in the comments. I will try to make a deck. Basically, you try to place Sanji into Mihawk. And that's for 9 Don, so much power on the field. And until then, just control the board. But I haven't tried that one. So let me know if you want to see that. But let's get back to the Kaido version. Let's get into some games. So yeah, our first game is versus Zoro. I just want to say I did it at 2 times speed and dual voiceover. So if you do not like that next time, please let me know. I will just play normal speed. I think it's more fun for the video. Another quick thing to mention is we have an OP-07 deck, and currently in the sim you can either play up to OP-06 or up until OP-08. So yeah, we play versus OP-08 decks with an OP-07 deck, but that's fine. So yeah, I started off with playing Pudding because I think Zoro doesn't have removal anyway, so I'll just put her on the board already. As you can see, I think he's playing Animal Zoro. Zoro is making a comeback in OP-08 and it's really scary. As you can see, he already pumped out so many characters in the early game. But you can also see I already have 4 2Ks in hand, so I feel pretty safe. I was reading what all the cards do yet, because I don't know what OP-08 does yet. But he attacks with 6, so I'll just counter 2 again. Counter 2 again. Every time he attacks with 6, we'll just counter. I already have Raging, so I know that in a couple of turns I can just remove most of it. I decided to take 1 hit. Here I'm pretty sure I will play Boa. But I was thinking who I should attack with my leader. Because you basically want to clear the board, right? Yeah, I decided to attack the hiking bear because it should be a free kill. I was thinking we have 3 lives. I'll just try to poke with Doffy, play Boa, freeze 1. We should freeze Chopper. Yep, and put Karu back on the deck. And I can return pudding if I want for another 2k. So should be fine. Can draw with it. So I was thinking, should I do it? But I decided not to do it yet to save the draw. And on next turn we can play Raging Tiger and remove whatever he plays, probably. This was a mistake by him. Don't know why he did that. Maybe he was hoping to get some counter, but yeah, weird decision by him, but sure. I decided to, if I should take this, he has 4 Dawn, so I thought maybe he has Zoro. But this is fine, we will move it. Raging Tiger. Now again, see, because I left pudding on the board, we can always use 1 to draw. But for now, only has 2 cards in hand, so it should be GG from now on, I think. Attack with pudding first. He will definitely not counter that. Bounce, draw, another 2k. Very nice. Then I will attack with Boa. I just want the board cleared, so everything gone. He only has 1 leader, we have 3 lives. If he attacks, we probably just take it. And I still have 6k counter in hand, so I'm not too scared. We also have Moria, we can grab another 2k counter back. So you can also grab the blocker Doffy Black if you really need it. But don't think it's necessary. We draw pudding, not really necessary in the matchup. But here you see he pumps out so many characters again. I think I'll just play Tenko Kaido. Doesn't matter too much. Just remove 2 characters. Don't think he can do anything about it. Attack first, of course. I don't think Zoro has loads of triggers. Maybe a Radical Beam or a Fire Fist. And here I'm thinking, what should I do? I think I'll just play the Kaido. I have so many counter in hand. I don't need to play the pudding, so let's just do 1k counters. We just want the power on the board. I don't know if Zoro plays anything big, but just in case. And he might play Luffy. 5 cost Luffy with Rush, or Zoro with Rush. And see, here we just block with pudding. Oh, I got it. Again, I think we just block with a 2 and 1k. We don't need them to play, so we'll just use them as counter. It is scary though, this Zoro. I forgot that trigger was a card. Kid Killer. Sorry. I wanted to search first, see what we could grab. I think I'm thinking about Red Rock, but I thought it might be a bit overkill to use. but it is a good card to use on Kid and Killer, I think. But I think we want to take Jinbei and play it out with Moria. Yeah, and on next turn we can have Edward with another draw. But I think we want Red Rock next turn. We still have one blocker on the field, so I feel kind of fine. That's definitely cleared. Play Pudding, draw the Jinbei. 2k, play Jinbei together with Moria to get another 2k back. So we still have 8k counter in hand, one blocker on the field. We clear the rest, should be totally fine, right? He has 3 attacks, maybe a rush. I don't know if he can clear blockers, but still 8k is a lot of counter. And we still have 1 life, which might be a trigger. This might have been a bit of a risky play, but I think we are still fine. So he's thinking about it. That's 7. Thinking, should I use the counter yet? I think I pressed to click. I still wanted to block, but we need to counter this, so that's fine. Still is 8 on. I don't know what he plays. I might have been screwed if he played a Riley or Rayleigh, sorry, or Shanks 10 cost, but he didn't. He just gave up. He could have won, but it's fine. As you can see in this matchup, so many 2k counters. So let's get on to the next game. Boa versus Doflamingo. Oh, oops, sorry. I decided to go first just because I wanted to try it. I know I said you probably always want to go second, but in a sim it's practice. I wanted to try and go, let's see what happens what's first. We played Doffy. Take a look at the top 5 cards. Not really anything we need, so we put it back to the bottom. Hoping on something better. Hoping on a Jinbei for next turn. So we can play it with Edward or with Moria. There's no point in Moria yet because we have nothing in the trash. Raging Tiger is good, but yeah, not really what we want. I think I'll just attach 1 Dawn, try to kill Jinbei, and then play 1 Edward ourselves. Doffy is also really good in OP-08. I don't think he's that strong in OP-07 yet. Don't actually know why. Haven't really looked into Doffy yet. I'm thinking, should I counter with Pudding? But he has a lot of cards, so I just want to try it. 2k counter for sure. It might still been better to counter with Pudding instead of Moria. Just gonna try to attack Jinbei. We'll definitely play Raging Tiger here. You can see how strong it is. Remove Boa and Edward from the field. I should counter this with saying, probably again. I think I saved Pudding too long in this game. Think I don't need to block her anyway. Another Boa just really sucks for me. Think I need to Red Rock it and then play a Doffy blocker. Doffy first. Oh, there are the Jinbeis. They are good, but he probably also has Raging Tiger in his deck. So if we play it next turn, I'm not quite sure. Take a look at the trash if Moria was useful already. And then we play Red Rock to bottom deck Boa and draw 1. I actually forgot here that I was able to draw, so I probably should have put Moria for the counter on top. But it's fine. That might have been a game-losing mistake. So always keep track of if you can draw or not. Oh, he has so much draw. So here I was thinking, if he has Raging Tiger, playing Jinbei and Edward will just be removed anyway. So I think Kaido's better. Draw another Jinbei. It has at least 1k counter. I think I'll use one because we don't need them that much anymore. If we have nothing else to play. Another 2k counter from life. This will be really hard to win. I think we're done. Let's see how it turns out. Doffy is a hard matchup. And like I said, I might make some mistakes, but we are here to learn. So I would also like to show you guys what you should not do. Or pay attention to me and improve yourself. Here we draw another Edward. Definitely not what we want, but I guess it is what it is. Try to attack with 7 on Jinbei. He blocked this for sure. I'll play Moria to grab 2k. We need the 2k's now. And okay, well, this makes sure we survive for 1 turn. 2k counter for sure. Probably plays Kaido. Oh, Sanji. Okay. That's fine. Ooh, and we get another Kaido, which is risky, but we don't really have anything better to play, I think. We'll KO the blocker, and this makes us draw 1. So still 6k counter in hand. I think we need to try and kill Edward. I should probably not have attacked his face here. He has so many cards now, which means so many options. But I guess blue doesn't play rush, so in that case it doesn't really matter. We counter this, so we should... Yeah, okay, we won. So he plays an interesting deck, but I made some mistakes, but it still worked, as you can see. Fun game, hard matchup. Hope you guys learned something from it. Let's get into the next one. Okay, the last game for today will be versus King. OP-08 leader, like I mentioned before. The sim only allows up to 6 or up to 8. So I'm sorry, I would like to try and record more games versus only OP-7 leaders, but was not possible at the moment. Also, I have no clue what King does yet. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Play Doffy, Jinbei, for sure. Together with Moria. We want Raging Tiger, I think. Don't know how hard King will ramp. We at least already have a Red Rock in hand for 10 cost Kaido. We also have some Boas. We'll counter with Kaya. Queen, okay. That's a good target for Raging Tiger. I think we try to attack for 5. Yeah. Make sure Queen cannot attack. You would have done it anyway, but we just want the body on the field. Boa is really strong. Let's see what he does. I will take this. We still have more than enough life. Okay, that's better with Jinbei. See, now we get Raging Tiger because we put it on top. We will for sure use it on both queens. Don't think we will find better targets. 6. Maybe you get a 2k, nice, 8. He's already at 2 lives, so that's very good for us. Let's see, he has 9 cards in hand. This game I don't have a lot of counter in hand, but he also has no body, so yeah, doesn't matter that much. Unless he plays Kaido with Rush, 9 cost, but like I said, I don't know, but we have Boa. Oh, that was an interesting card. It's basically Raging Tiger, but for purple. I take the hit because I need some counters. Draw, that's putting another 2k counter. I think I will just play Moria for the body. Get Doffy back. Swing 7 at life, I guess. There's not really any point in saving Dom with Boa. You might want to run a version where you have Love Beam, but yeah. All the legs I looked at online do not run that. You might run Gun Rain. 0 cost and gives you 3000 power if you trash 1 card. And here it was actually kind of scary. He removed everything, so it's like, I don't want that. But I think we'll play Pudding. He had how many cards he had in hand? So he had 8 cards in hand and he had 2 search with Queen. So it's like, let's play Pudding. Back to 5. And maybe, I don't know what he had, but might have been really annoying for him. So I think this was a good Pudding. Together with Boa, still fine. Swing 5, he countered with Queen. Hito cannot attack. He plays another Queen. If we draw Raging Tiger now, we are so fine. He trashes Jack to draw another card with his passive, I think. 9 on life. We just take it, I think. Oh, we counter. Because I'm scared of 9 cost Kaido. Yep. Think that is a wise choice. Oh, and we top deck Raging Tiger. That's very good. And we got another one in the top 5. So we'll definitely place that on top. I think we want Boa first. We draw that this turn. So I should have put Mihawk first to get the 2k counter. See, just like that. So another mistake. Learn from this, guys. I should have put Mihawk on top because draw it immediately. Then you have 2k count for the next turn. And the next turn you draw what you wanted to draw. So that would have been Raging Tiger. So I still have 2 lives, 1 blocker on the field. Run Red Rock, so I'm not too scared. He plays this Kaido. May discard. Okay, that's fine. I need to trash something. I guess I trash Boa. Because I want to gum this. Maybe I should have trashed Moria, but this was the reason. I should have blocked that with Moria. Anyway, was thinking he only has 3 cards or 2 cards. So it should be game. We need to go to 9 to get a guaranteed hit. So it might have been a bit tricky. But attack with Pudding first, so if he counters this, yeah, and then it's GG. GG. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned something from it. And let me know if you want to see an OP-07 game only, so only with OP-07 cards, or the Sanchi version of Boa. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Bye.